second principle is establishment design should prevent or minimize the potential for allergen cross-contact with respect to delimitation and isolation of areas, location of equipment, process flow, personnel movement, and ventilation systems. Location matters. All right, let's talk about where we set up our operations. If you're producing food at more than one site, should consider whether it is feasible to consolidate production, processing, and storage of products containing specific allergens at one location. This helps us manage allergen risks better. But if that's not possible, no sweat. We'll need to separate our production either by time or space. The establishment may be designed to have a linear flow in the production, with effective cleaning procedures that outlined in sanitation section. Equipment essentials. Now, onto our equipment setup, a critical aspect of our operation. Ideally, we'd have separate production lines for each allergen, but that's not always feasible. So, here's the plan. We might adjust our production schedule or tweak our equipment setup to minimize the risk of cross-contamination. And remember, if we're using different lines for different foods, we need to make sure they're well separated to avoid any mix-ups. For example, eliminate crossover points or provide a means to contain or shield food by closed pipes, enclosed or covered conveyors, to prevent food spilling from one line to another. Retail and food service operators also commonly handle multiple allergens, frequently on the same equipment. Usage of equipment dedicated to foods with a particular allergen, such as use a separate slicer for cheese, which contains milk, and for meats that do not contain milk. And clean the equipment when switching between foods with different allergen profiles are required. Premises and rooms. We've got to think about how we organize it to keep things safe in our workspace. Maybe we designate specific areas just for making allergen-free foods, or we use screens to create temporary zones for different allergens. And of course, everything needs to be designed so it's easy to clean up and reduce the risk of allergen contamination. For example, shellfish and fish could dedicate separate rooms. One that handles different types of protein powders, such as soy protein, and milk powder, could dedicate separate areas for handling these powders. It should be considering having areas to store allergenic ingredients separately from other allergens, as well as separating them from non-allergenic ingredients or foods. Manufacturing area. When foods with different allergen profiles are processed at the same time, you should consider providing appropriate barriers, such as walls, partitions, curtains, or adequate separation, means spacing between lines. And when we're dealing with powders, we need to be extra cautious. Installing dust removal systems can help keep those allergens from spreading and causing trouble. Equipment design. Now, onto the details of our equipment, a crucial element for allergen cross-contact. We want gear that's easy to clean, with smooth surfaces and no spots for allergens to hide. Think of it like designing a super sleek superhero suit. It's got to be effective and easy to maintain, so that allergens, especially particulate allergens, such as peanuts, tree nuts, sesame seeds, crumbs from baked goods, do not get caught in crevices and are difficult to remove by the cleaning procedures applied. Welds should be smooth, seals and hoses should not contain cracks, and dead ends in pipework or other areas where pockets of foods containing allergens can accumulate should be eliminated. Facilities hygiene protocols. Let's consider contamination risk from the personnel movement. We've got to make sure our team is washing their hands properly, especially when they're switching between different allergens. And to make it easier for them, let's have hand wash basins in convenient spots. Plus, we need facilities for changing clothes, especially in areas where allergens like powders are floating around. Next section is about control of operation.